Good morning and welcome to the Grace Shepherd's Memo, episode 32. This is Steve Swartz, and I wanted to finish off our little mini-series today on family worship. We've talked about three elements so far: Bible reading and prayer and singing. And I just wanted to talk about one fourth element you can add in that's helpful, and that is reading other things besides Scripture. And let me talk about two categories of reading that I think can be helpful to you. And you don't have to do this all the time. There's no rules. It's just a nice addition to what you're doing. And depending on the age of your children, perhaps you make wise choices on what is appropriate. But the first category of things to read is the devotional. The Christian devotional has been a staple and a mainstay of our faith for centuries. But let me warn you, there are two types of devotionals. There are good ones and bad ones. A bad one would be a devotional where it's just kind of random thoughts that seem Christian, and I would encourage you to stay away from those. Those are not helpful. They're emotional, but they're not rooted in solid teaching. But the other type of devotional are those based in expository preaching, those who have already preached long passages and then they're distilled down to some really good thoughts and ideas. For example, James Montgomery Boyce, Come to the Waters, is an outstanding devotional, 365 days worth of thoughts distilled from expository preaching. Morning and Evening, Charles Spurgeon, is a classic. He was not an expository preacher, but he was a genius in the Scriptures, so what he says is accurate and extremely theological. In addition to that, you might also consider the Valley of Vision. Valley of Vision is a classic record of Puritan prayers, and it's not so much a devotional as it is a record of prayers, but it works really well as a devotional as well. And then the second category of books that we've found helpful in our family is the Christian biography. Christian biographies of missionaries and pastors and those who have done really great things in the kingdom have been a mainstay in our family. We've required our children to read them over the years as part of their homeschooling, but we've also read them together as a part of our family worship. We don't do that all the time, but we found it useful. It's setting an example for your whole family on how to be a Christian that is not self-focused, that is doing things for the kingdom. And all around, Christian biographies just are a rich tool to teach your family and to kind of get you out of your own circumstances as well. So my hope is that you will, in your own home, whether it's just you or you and a bunch of little kids, that you will engage in family worship that includes Bible reading and prayer and singing, and occasionally including some other works and books as well. Well, Lord bless you, and we'll see you next time on the Grace Shepherd's Memo.